që janë për herë të parë në Prishtinë. Ju urojmë një mirësardhje të veçantë gjithashtu shkëlqësive tuaja, si dhe delegacioneve të shumta nga qytetet nikoqire të kaluara dhe të ardhme të Manifestës. Unë jam Rina Gurgule dhe së bashku me kolegën time Emilia Van Linden, do ju përcjellim përgjatë këtij programi festiv. Këtë mbrëmje festive e hapëm me performancën Links të Astrid Ismailit dhe grupit të tij të mrekullueshëm të performuesve. Programi do të vazhdoj me një performancë fantastike nga Jungle by Night, si dhe me performancat muzikore të disa prej këngëtarëve më të mëdhenj të Prishtinës.
But before we dive into the world of these talented musicians, we would like to take everyone's attention to highlight what Manifesta 14 Pristina hopes to do for Kosovo's capital. So without much further ado, it is our honor to invite to the stage the President of the Republic of Kosovo, Her Excellency Dr. Vjosa Osmani Sadriu.
Por, para se të zhytemi në botën e të gjithë këtyre artistëve të talentuar, ne kërkojmë vëmendje në të gjithë juve për të treguar se pse Manifesta është këtu në Prishtinë, si dhe për të theksuar atë që Manifesta shpreson të bëjë për kryeqytetin e Kosovës. Pa u zgjatur shumë, kemi nderin të ftojmë në skenë Presidenten e Republikës së Kosovës, shkëlqësinë e saj, Dr. Vjosa Osmani Sadriu.
Mirëmbrëma Prishtinë, qyteti më i bukur në botë, me rinin më të mrekullueshme në botë. Është kënaqësi e veçantë të jemi sonte bashkë, e me qenë se organizatorët kanë kërkuar që ta mbaj fjalimin anglisht, unë jam e bindur që të gjithë kuptoni se rinia jonë e mrekullueshme e flet jo vetëm anglishtën, po edhe shumë gjuhë të tjera. Mr. President Meta, Mr. Prime Minister Kurti, dear Mayor of Pristina, Mr. Rama, Director of Manifesta, Ms. Fian, dear guests from all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pristina, welcome to the Republic of Kosova. It is a distinct pleasure to be with the artistic community of the Republic of Kosova and that of 30 countries participating in this year's Manifesta, widely known as the European Nomadic Biennale. Tonight's image of Pristina is the image that suits Pristina most. Pristina is at its best when it welcomes people from all around the world. It is then that we have the golden opportunity to best showcase the youthful spirit of our capital, as well as its openness towards different cultures and nations from around the world. For a total of 100 days of Manifesta, our goddess on the throne will shine the brightest and turn into an international cultural point of reference. In these 100 days, artists, architects, and many other professionals will come together and exchange ideas and experiences in exhibitions, events, performances, and interventions in various public spaces in Pristina. It is a widely known fact that Kosovo is the country of youth. Therefore, it is a pleasure that our young artists made Kosovo a global reference for this great cultural event. The 14th edition of Manifesta coincides with the 14th anniversary of Kosovo's independence. This edition is a celebration of art, but equally so, it is a dedication to our freedom. It is a dedication to our daily effort to foster positive change, meaningful reforms, and continuous development. These are also values that Manifesta promotes. Manifesta chose Pristina this year. It chose tradition intertwined with modernity, which jointly adds color, soul, and beauty to our capital city. Manifesta 14 in Pristina is a fantastic opportunity to revitalize the local and international identity of our capital city. It is an ideal momentum to reaffirm our European identity. It is also an ideal moment to reveal to the world our outstanding potential. Pristina this year brings Manifesta to Kosovo, and as such it brings Kosovo to Europe. The Nomadic Biennale is our chance to present Pristina as it really is. The center of art and culture, a city where the past and the present intertwine, a capital of the extraordinary youth. Manifesta is also an opportunity to tell our story. And tonight I want to tell you a brief one about Pristina. This story consists of our history, tradition, and cultural heritage. Our history dates back to the Illyrian antiquity, ancient Dardania, and right now the present thrives by embracing a transformative spirit at the state level and the society as well. The story of Kosova is a story of our country that faced a horrible war, but today is thriving because of our resilient people, of a society that survived exterminating tendencies of a genocidal regime, of a republic that gained its freedom and today aspires to become part of the European Union. We aspire to become members of the European family because we share the same values as Europe. We believe in Europe because we are Europe itself. But tonight, as we are gathered here, I consider it rightful to also speak about the importance of visa liberalization for the people of Kosovo. Ladies and gentlemen, friends from Europe, look around you. No one deserves more the freedom of movement than the people that you see around you today. Art does not accept limitations. Art wants freedom. Art thrives through freedom. Just as artists have managed to eliminate barriers through cultural exchange, we must eliminate barriers to freedom of movement for the people of Kosova. We want to be able to move freely because we have so much to show and offer, not only to Europe, but also to the world. As Manifesta moves freely from one city to another, from one country to another, our artists and young people are fully deserving of being able to move freely as well. But I am convinced that art always triumphs, and the resilient spirit of our people will also triumph. Our story of freedom, peace, and transformative spirit deserves to reach out to the world. Europe, just like Manifesta, must listen to and embrace this story of freedom, transformation, youth, and extraordinary potential. But tonight, in these 100 days of Manifesta, I invite you to enjoy art, to enjoy Pristina, to enjoy the uniquely artistic spirit of our artists and their colleagues from the 30 participating countries. This is your celebration. This is our celebration. These are the days of art, imagination, transformative potential, and change. These are the days of Pristina. Thank you all, and may Manifesta 14 be an edition that will long be remembered. Faleminderit shumë gjithëve.
E falenderojmë shumë zonjën presidente Vjosa Osmanin dhe kemi nderin dhe kënaqësinë ta ftojmë në skenë kryeministrin e Republikës së Kosovës, zotin Albin Kurti.
Thank you very much, Madam President, for your important and heavy words. Mr. Albin Kurti, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kosovo, the floor is yours.
Good evening to everyone. Dear Madam President Vjosa Osmani Sadriu, dear President Ilir Meta, dear Mayor of Pristina Përparim Roma, dear artists and journalists, local and international nomads, dear guests and hosts, friends and partners. 4 years ago, when I was signing a support letter for the official bid to host Manifesta, I was not sure what to expect. I was intrigued by the name Manifesta. The political movement I belonged to started with a manifesto on self-determination. And I was thrilled with the phrase European nomadic, being a critical admirer of both the European Union and Gilles Deleuze. Later on, my readings about manifestas around Europe made me ever more curious and longing. Finally, these days, especially tonight, I'm hopeful and cheerful, yet with vivid traces of my previous feelings of intrigue and thrill, curiosity and desire. In my view, Manifesta is a town that wanders across Europe like a spectre, like a ghost, until it embraces a European city, embodying itself in what it makes differently from the landing city. This year, the town of Manifesta is getting its 14th reincarnation in the city of Pristina. Both of us are both happy and lucky. This embrace of Manifesta and Pristina is almost an amor fati. A traveling European nomad stops to meet the unstoppable people of Kosovo. Pristina has always been a vibrant and creative city. Even on the worst of days, when being an Albanian was very risky, there was always a cultural life happening underground. Concerts and exhibitions mushroomed within cafeterias and restaurants, inside private homes and basements. Abandoned people to themselves did not leave any abandoned space for themselves. During the 90s, this was the only way one could experience art and culture in Kosovo. I believe it is precisely this cultural resilience that sparked a certain aesthetic that is embedded at the core of our society today. It is this resilience that makes Pristina and Kosova so special, I dare say even unique. When Pristina was chosen as the host city in the several months of intensive cooperation, I was amazed to see how Manifesta managed to detect exactly this spirit of our people. This is why I'm fully convinced today that in the following 100 days, through Manifesta, we will see Kosovo unfolding at its best and shining along. I'm sure one way or another, my city, Pristina, will just love it. Therefore, be prepared to be charmed. It's inevitable as it is necessary. And again, even and ever more so, you manage to see it for what it is, for what it was, and most importantly, for what it can be. For this reason, I'm so glad to be here tonight with you, at the opening of this great event for Kosova, hoping to give you a great welcome. Having an international biennale in a capital city makes any prime minister proud. This one is no different. The cultural community of Kosova benefits by building new cooperation bridges. Our country appears in the international map of modern and contemporary art. The citizens of Kosova will have a chance to experience art while sensing and exploring, discussing artworks and acquainting artists. Manifesta implies a certain disclosure, opening of your eyes and ears to make you think and gain. Artistic interventions in public space strengthen the public dimension of the space and sometimes even discover the space itself, rendering it publicly putting it into the open. Yesterday morning, I was for the first time in my life on the 6th floor of the Grand Hotel, on its terrace. I didn't know that such a halfway through penthouse exists, and now I want to go back again, visit it once more. And from there, I saw a couple of other such concrete porches in the middle of the tall buildings around it. with people on them, having coffee and tea, looking at this newest place at their height with new people who didn't know they would be joining. For 100 days, Manifesta will govern in parallel with my government. But there will be more artists than days, namely 103 artists, more venues than hours of the day, 25 venues, and more countries than European Union members, 30 countries. For sure, these 100 days of Manifesta in Pristina will be a breath of fresh air and a beautiful look and gaze for the citizens of our country. There will be exhibitions, new creative proposals for urban regeneration, pristine expressions and exchanges. We have a lot to learn from our European colleagues. Likewise, Kosovo has also a lot to give in return. Now, after 14 years of independence, let us enjoy Manifesta 14 together. Welcome to Pristina, welcome to Kosova. It is such an honor and so lovely to have you all here. Thank you very much.
E falenderojmë Kryeministrin e Kosovës, zotin Albin Kurthi, për fjalimin e tij, si dhe e ftojmë në skenë kryetarin e komunës së Prishtinës, zotin Përparim Rama.
It is our great privilege to introduce the Mayor of Pristina, Mr. Përparim Rama, without whose help and the help of the entire municipality of Pristina, we would not be here tonight.
Thank you so much. Pristina, përshëndetje, mirëmbrëma. Një duartrokitje të madhe për juve. Ju faleminderit shumë që jeni kaq pozitiv, kaq fantastik. E nderuar Presidente Osmani, i nderuar Kryeministër Kurti, i nderuar Ministër Qeku, të nderuar ambasador, dear Madam Finn, Madam Nichols, Mr. Ratti, honored guests and members of the press. I'm going to do this Albanian English a little bit. A bit for our media here and our people in RTK. Është me të vërtet kënaqësi e madhe me qenë këtu sot, edhe me përjetu këtë atmosferë fantastike që ka pru Bienalja Nomade Manifesta 14. Prishtina është në mesin e qyteteve europiane tash, ka qenë Manifesta në Marseille para 2 vitësh, ajo në Palermo para 4 vitësh, e këtu e kemi edhe ish kryetarin e Palermo, zotin Ornaldo, mirë se jo ardhë, zoti Ornaldo, një duar trokitje për te. Orlando. E pas 2 vitësh do t'jetë edhe në Barcelonë, pra automatikisht ne tash e kemi Prishtinën në kulmet e medjave botërore të artit e kulturës si një vend nikoqer i Manifesta, si Bienales Manifesta 14, e cila po ashtu përveç që ka pru artistë të ndryshëm botëror këtu, e ka kriju edhe një platformë fantastike për artistët tonë të vendit. Një numër i madh i artistëve tonë është pjesëtar, është pjesë e Manifestës 14, e cila përkundër problemeve që i kemi me viza, tash do t'jenë në për media botërore për të mirë, pra për Manifesta 14, artistët tonë si Petrit Halilaj, si Flaka Haliti, një duar trokitje për ta dhe për gjithë artistët që marrin pjesë, për Sisle Gjafa, Alketa, e tjerë, kështu që e shini që ka bën Manifesta për vendin tonë, pra përveç që kemi dhe një numër të madh të medjave këtu që do të raportojnë për 100 ditët e ardhme për kryeqytetin tonë. Është, me thonë, një fat i madh, të cilin kemi edhe njerë që do t'i falenderoj, po tash po i kthehem për shkak të mysafirëve tanë nga vendet të ndryshme botërore që kanë ardhur këtu me vizitu Prishtinën për shkak të manifestës, atëherë do të vazhdoj edhe në anglisht. We are excited and proud beyond words that tonight the world-renowned and the long-awaited Manifesta 14, the European Nomadic Biennial, is opening its doors in our beloved capital city of Pristina. It is a very special privilege that for the next 100 days, our capital Pristina will host so many exhibitions, workshops, programs and events selected by experienced professionals. We are also very excited to accommodate so many visitors and distinguished members of the press who are here to experience what Manifesta and Pristina together have made possible. The artistic and architectural interventions that Manifesta has introduced in the spaces and buildings around the city will serve as a model for long-term implementation, helping us to identify and transform the hidden hubs in the city, which contain stories not only of the surrounding community, but of our entire collective memory. Most importantly, these interventions by Manifesta have freed us public spaces, increased mobility, and connected parts of the city that did not communicate directly with one another prior. Most importantly, Manifesta is also precisely in tune and in line with our long-term vision as a capital city. We have to move forward in the direction which connects us, that improves mobility, creates bridges between neighborhoods, creates recreational spaces, and positively affects the way we perceive the capital city in our own mental maps. Interventions in public spaces such as the Green Corridor, the revitalization of Hifzi Suleimani Library, the creation of the Center for Narrative Practices will further serve not only as platforms for artistic and cultural exchanges, but as revitalized centers that will stimulate the community to continue with a tradition of returning public spaces to the service of the citizens. Pristina is a place of communities, of stories that connect us closely with our past and also with our present. It has a unique spirit that keeps us interconnected and attracts our international friends so strongly. Therefore, let this experience serve as the cornerstone of a tradition that will continue to bring the city closer to the people, creating more spaces for interaction in every area, in every part of the city and in every part of our country. In the next 100 days, we will have the opportunity to enjoy the works of 103 artists, both local and international, in 25 different locations in the city. It is the first time that world-renowned artists such as Ugo Rondinone, Liebel, Ronnie Horn exhibit in this part of the world, and this is an incredible chance for all of us, especially our young artists and students, to experience their works from up close. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, our local artists, Petrita Lilaj, Alban Mujaj, Sisley Jaffa, Flaka Haliti, Etier, and others that are partaking here. So more than 65% are artists from the region. I would therefore like to thank the director and founder of Manifesta, Madam Hedwig Fien, for the wonderful, exceptional work and for believing that we can host Manifesta just like other European cities. And I strongly believe that we're doing a better job, Hedwig. I would also like to thank Madam Catherine Nichols for the generosity shown towards the stories that Pristina holds. So she's been a great, great asset to this city. She has an exquisite taste in creating this program and has certainly rebranded our city. So thank you so much, Madam Catherine Nichols. Thank you to all the Manifesta board for their vision, but also I must have a special thank for the courage of Ul Rugova, who made it possible by believing that he can apply and we can make it happen. So, Ul, thank you. Thank you, Uli. Also to Vesa Saatchiu for being there and working together with Ul Rugova. Thank you so much, Vesa. We'd also like to thank the former mayor, Mr. Shpendameti, who supported the idea. And also thank you to former ministers of culture, Madam Vlora Dumoshi and to Kwitim Shala, that also supported this then. And also a super special thank to Minister Cheku for his collaboration and for his very kind support throughout the process. Thank you especially to our team in municipality of directors. Special thanks goes to Arta Balay. Bravo Arta, Ilirik Musliu, Donika Cheta, Krenar Jaferi, Florian Dushi, and everybody else in the municipality, and also our public companies that actually went in there and made the Balkan miracle real. The way we do jobs, as Hedwig likes to remind us, is very different to how it's done in Europe, but we do make it happen in the end and also exceptionally well. And of course, a special thanks to Manifesta staff and team. They've been very diligent, the locals as well as foreigners, and they've tirelessly worked to make Manifesta 14 in Pristina a beautiful reality today. And let this be the positive change that our city needs and is shifting towards into the future. Thank you all for your presence. Enjoy.
Thank you, Berberim, for your kind words. We would like to take a moment of everyone's time tonight, just one moment, to stand still and to acknowledge that less than 1,200 kilometers away, a brutal and unjust war is being waged against the Ukrainian people by Russia. Collectively, we must speak out against this ruthless war and stand in solidarity with Ukraine and its people. We would like to invite the Kosovar soprano, Arta Yashari, to the stage to sing the Ukrainian national anthem.
Duam që të ndalojmë një moment për të kujtuar si jo më larg se 12.000 kilometra larg nga ne, një luftë brutale dhe e padrejtë po zhvillohet kundër popullit të Ukrainës nga ana e Rusisë. Ne duhet të flasim kundër kësaj lufte dhe të solidarizohemi me Ukrainën dhe popullin e saj. Andaj dëshirojmë të ftojmë në skenë sopranon kosovare Arta Yashari për të interpretuar himnin kombëtar të Ukrainës.
Thank you.